Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Please like, share, subscribe, turn on bell notification. This is Zobo. It's actually hibiscus flower, and this is very healthy for those who have high blood pressure. It helps to reduce high blood pressure rather. So now we put water in our pot, washed our dates and boiled it. For those of you who had watched the other video of how to make, how we made date syrup, so it's the same process but a little twist to it. Right now we are washing this date now to boil it. I usually would like to wash my dates properly, maybe 3 times, 2 to 3 times, depending on how the spirit leads, but I will definitely scrub that date very well to ensure that I get clean water before I stop washing it. In fact, that's when to stop, when the water is really clean, and be sure to massage it very well and with a running tap. The reason I used the bowl was because I needed everything to be together, but wash it until the water becomes clear. That's what I did. So guys, I know that a lot of times people feel that you must use fruits to make your zobo, but you can actually make your zobo this way and it will be so healthy, especially for diabetic patients. You make this zobo with dates and it will come out so lovely. It's so, don't worry if the zobo is not tasting too sweet. If you want it to be too sweet, you add enough debino. This you are seeing is called debino in Hausa, but in English it's called dates. So we poured it into a pot, added plenty water, boiled it. You have to cook it till it's very, very soft so that it can be easy to extract the sweetness. So you need to boil it very, very well soft. You keep checking and checking to be sure that it's boiling properly. That's what you have to do. Make sure that it's boiling properly. And as I set it on fire, I decided to wash this, what I'll be using to strain it. So I washed it. This is sold in the market, in case for those who want to buy, sold in the market. You can use it to strain anything strainable. To some people say sieve, anything sieveable. Yes, I added this to ensure I washed it properly because I haven't used it for months. Ensure that you keep your environment very clean whenever you're producing all of this, because once it's boiled and sieved, you cannot boil it anymore. So that's what happened there. I washed it very well to make sure that there are no dirt on it. Yeah, so you wash it very well and set it aside for the main deal. Keep watching, guys. If you've not subscribed to our channel, consider doing so. So we are about to check it now to see how it's doing, and it's boiling. One thing I tell people is, in order to multitask when you are doing all of this production, ensure that you use your time well. Now I put this on fire and I was washing that piece of cloth to sieve. After washing it, I still covered this and did other things. While you don't wait until these things are ready before you begin to do other things, you need to multitask. Use your time, the time this thing is boiling, the date is boiling, to sort out other things that you'll be needing, because it's very, very important. At this point, I had to use a spoon to check if it's soft, because if it's not very soft, you cannot get what you want. So I allowed it, I touched it, it was still a bit hard. I put it back. No matter how much you see it scatter like this, you can see it's still very hard. So I put it back and covered it for some time. Came back again to check. You keep checking, don't get tired, keep checking. Sometimes you see that the thing will even break, showing like it's already soft. No, you need to also be sure that it's very, very soft before you bring it down. So at this point it was already very soft. I turned on the gas, and then we're about to now strain it. So how do we strain? We remove the date into a mortar because we're using this for something else, which you would have watched in the other video where we did date syrup. This is a process, but if you have not watched it, when you're done watching this, you could check that video out, how to make date syrup. It's a very good video for you to watch. It will also help you to make money. But for this Zobo, if you want to make this kind of Zobo, it should be for either family use or you are giving it to people who are diabetic, because it's actually quite expensive to make this kind of Zobo. You can still add your pineapples, you can add any other thing you usually add in, but this is the major sweetener for this Zobo, and it will help you to be careful what you eat, because most times when you drink Zobo outside, you'll be wondering what did they put. They mix some kind of concoction inside, and at the end of the day you're not even sure what you are drinking. You might even end up living in the restroom because you'll be having a running stomach. So after we finish removing the dates, this water you are seeing is so sweet, but right now you're going to see what this water is going to turn into. It's so sweet. So we decided to bring out our hibiscus flower. We call it Zobo leaf. Belt it out. This is the big one, the bolder ones. Then we have these other ones that are very tiny. There are two types. There are some that are very tiny like this, but very deep maroon. But this one was not as red as that, so I washed everything, mixed it together, washed it properly. Some people said they cannot wash their Zobo. They buy it in the market and they feel that if they wash it, it's going to it's going to maybe wash out the color. No, it doesn't wash out the color. So I washed it properly many times, and then I poured it into that date water the water I use in boiling the date. It's very sweet, so it's going to serve as our sweetener in this Zobo we are making now. So don't ever buy Zobo in the market and pour it to cook for people. And some of you don't even boil your Zobo. You just bring the Zobo like that, pour it inside the water, pour your own water, sometimes boil hot water and pour. No, that's not nice, because it can cause people running stomach. That's not nice. So we have added this. You can see we are not adding any other thing in this Zobo. It's purely debino water, or how do I even use the word, date water used after boiling date. Is our major sweetener here. This is the healthiest Zobo you will ever see. Yes, healthiest Zobo you will ever see, because you know what is inside. There are no additives, there are no preservatives. Everything is 100% natural, and you can see that your date, if you have watched my previous video, you see that your date is not wasted, because the water you boiled the date with is useful for something else, and then you still make your date syrup and use it in your home, so you are 100% sure what you are eating or taking, as the case may be. So guys, I just thought to show you this. Thank you for watching up to this point. Please watch it to the very end so that you see the final result. Always allow your Zobo to be very cold. Like when it's done boiling, I added little water so that it is not over concentrated. So I placed it on the fire now. After boiling to the desired, what I was looking out for is what I was actually looking out for. It was okay. It was soft and all of that. I covered it for some time. I brought it down and I began to, in fact, I allowed it to cool. It's usually good to allow it to cool before sieving, and after sieving also allow it to cool before bottling. So in this video I'll be showing you how to bottle. You don't need a sealer. You need to bottle without any machine at home. So I'd washed my bottles here and set them aside with the covers. So I'm going to seal these bottles in such a way that you have to open it as though you have destroyed it. I don't know how to explain it. All those drinks you take where the bottle is corked. That's how I'm going to do it. So here, you saw that I used this to strain our date syrup, that was our date that was blended already. So because it's the same sweetener we are using and it's the same thing, I decided not to wash off the date. I used it to also sieve the Zobo. This Zobo is 100% natural. If you can stay on this kind of drink for the next 1 month and stay away from caffeinated drinks, stay away from soft drinks or soda, you will come back to say you feel good. Yeah. Most people ask me, Mommy Triple, how come you have given birth to 4 children and your body is still intact? Because I mind what I eat, when I eat it, and how I eat it. And sometimes I can stay a whole year and I only take caffeinated drinks, or let's say soda, maybe 4 times in a whole year or 5 times in a whole year. And that is maybe if I'm low on sugar in my body, that's when you see me take it. But I stay away from all those, you know, Coke, Fanta, all those things. If I must even take any of those, I take Sprite. So this is the Zobo now that we've gotten, and it tastes so nice. In fact, my kids, they can't wait. They couldn't wait to take it to school the next day. They're like, wow, this is nice. And after this, I cleaned my freezer and I began to bottle in, because it was already very cold here. Always allow your Zobo to get cold, very, very, very cold, before you start bottling. So I started bottling here because it was already cold. I did the bottling, and I began to see this how to seal. You put it, press it down, then you turn it. You see this how to seal. Good. This how to seal your bottles when you buy. You press it down, cock it, and that is it. If you have watched this, please like, share.